That'll be Johnny in a few years. Johnny cosplaying as a character from Love Live. Watch me. I'll get him into it.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Promise Muslim Podcast, the pinnacle of weebfed content. I'm your host, Johnny, with my fellow hosts, Ika and Salty.
Hello.
Hi.
And we got special guests today, QV and
Hello.
Major Moisture.
What's up?
So the first thing we gotta ask, do you guys have any fitness goals? Do you like anime?
So fitness goals. Originally, I didn't really have any fitness goals. I just started working out because I used to play hockey. But about 3 months ago, I started transitioning towards powerlifting. So now I just want to get the main 3 lifts up there. You know, the bench, squat, deadlift.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So really want that 3-plate bench, so 315, and maybe like a 500 deadlift. I'm at 435 for deadlift right now, but
Well, that's awesome.
yeah, just want to get all around stronger, you know.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then the second part, do I like anime? Well, of course. Yeah, I don't know. I started watching about 4 years ago now. I think I'm at like 130 shows watched, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I used to binge a lot. I go through like phases where once every couple months I'll watch like 20 episodes a day or something. And then right now though I'm just kind of watching seasonal shows, so not that much stuff.
What's the one show that really got you into it?
Oh, the first show I watched was Naruto, so I was in
okay.
I was in grade 10 and I didn't watch any
Dang.
before that.
Uh-huh.
And all my friends were like, a bunch of my friends started watching it around that time, and they're like, "You gotta watch this too, man. It's so good." And I was like, "You anime," and then I actually started watching, and I was like, "Okay, this actually goes hard."
Yeah.
This shit slaps.
And then yeah, so that was Naruto was my first ever show. I think it took me like 8 months, like the whole school year, to actually finish it, but
Oh, including all the fillers?
I watched like probably 70-80% of the filler.
Damn.
Yeah.
Respectable.
I remember the one filler where there was I think it was like a boat race, but they're helping a guy who was just running instead of, you know, racing with a boat. And that was just like such a weird filler. And I got like halfway through it and I was like, nah, I'm not watching the rest of this. No way.
Yeah. Okay, what about you, Kubi? Fitness goals, and do you like anime?
So like last year and the year before, I did a lot of rock climbing, but rock climbing doesn't really reward you when you gain weight, but powerlifting does because it tends to just be like straight muscle. So I switched over to doing that for the most part, kind of like mid-March. So my current goal is to just kind of look relatively strong. I don't really have like number goals per se because I hit a 500-pound overall, and I was like, wow, it's gonna be way too hard to hit 600. So we'll just watch it go. As far as anime, heck yeah, I love anime. I'm just really bad at like actually finishing out shows. So like if it's not a 13 episode anime, the likelihood of me actually getting through it is very low, but I try my best.
So you're not caught up to One Piece.
I will never watch One Piece. No.
Who is, honestly?
I am.
There is some people out there, and like props to the dedication, because I know I can't.
I mean, you know, they're good with commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever caught up to One Piece in like the last 10 years that either isn't like in middle school and has a ton of time, or just read the manga to catch up. Like, it seems an awful lot of anime to be watching when there's so many better things out there.
It's only 992 episodes currently.
Only.
Yeah, only.
Kubi, which anime was the one that like really reeled you in? to watch.
Oh man. So actually I have a really bad origin story with that. And probably in like 7th grade I started playing Kingdom Hearts and I was like, wow, it's so cool. I looked up some Kingdom Hearts fan fiction and that led me to Naruto fan fiction. So then I checked out Naruto and I was like, wow, this is pretty
Oh wow.
cool. So it was a really bad train that led me there, but I'm happy.
We got another Naruto.
Thinky Naruto.
Do you guys like Boruto or no?
Nah, no way.
Yeah, no one likes Boruto.
I appreciate what it's trying to do. Like, apparently the writing is good. There's some nuances here and there with like characters and stuff, but also at the same time, it's like, come on now, no, like,
I think I watched like 70 episodes of it once I finished Naruto, and I was like, all right, his first fight, he beats Naotsutsuki. Like, nah, I'm not watching this. Disappearing Rasengan, like what? Nah.
I've seen some clips of like fights though, with Naruto and Sasuke, and the fight scenes look great, but yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. Could be Black Clover.
What do you mean by that, huh?
I mean, like Black Clover kind of looks like AIDS.
I like Black Clover.
I liked Black Clover, dude.
Black Clover, it's fun. It's a good show. It's just sometimes the animation, most of the time, it's so rare.
It's something. It exists.
Yeah. Well, but I love the fact that most of the people I know that love and watch Black Clover like also like talk so much crap about it. They're like, yeah, it's good, but the animation is ass. Still love it though. Asta's annoying, but love the show.
Asta's
Like,
a short king. What do you mean?
He is. He really is. Yo, but like you guys gotta admit, he was kind of annoying for like the first few episodes. Like he does not
Yeah.
know how to
Yeah.
have an inside voice. Man's just
Yeah.
scream every time.
He was just
Like-
advertising the dub.
That's just my childhood.
It's your childhood. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Anyways,
Just a quick update for you guys. A couple episodes back, we did a sports ball episode, and we talked about the Eddie Hall and Hawthorne fight. And there was an update. Yesterday was supposed to be the fight for Eddie Hall and Thor, but due to a bicep injury, Eddie Hall had to pull out like 5 weeks before the actual match. So the person who filled in for him was a big name in the arm wrestling community, Devin Larrett, and it didn't even last a full round. Thor went hard. It came to a technical knockout with 22 seconds left in the first round.
It honestly looked like they were fighting in slow motion.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the schedule program. So Ika, you wrote out the layout. You're in charge.
okay, so since our guests here are Kuvi and Major, they were the winners, but I think it was Major, yeah, who won the cosplay competition from our server. So now they're guests here, and Kuvi's also, yeah, she's known as one of the members who's really into cosplay. So this episode's gonna be, or it's gonna try to be, all about cosplay. Yeah. So, for you guys, like, how would you guys define cosplay?
I'll kick it off since you went first last time. So for cosplay, I've done like a few presentations on the topic, and the actual name came around in 1985 from this guy named Nobuyuki Takahashi. He was writing an article about people at Comic-Con, and he referred to like cosplay as cosupure, which was like a portmanteau of costume and play. So I'd say that's still like the definition used, but for me specifically, I usually say that when you're cosplaying, like you're doing like a specific character or like a specific outfit for that character, and they already exist. I feel like anything outside of that is generally like a costume, just because like I don't know, if I just dressed up as like a cheerleader one day, like I don't think that that is worthy of like the name cosplay. I'm like, that's just a costume. So that's what I would call it.
If I dress up as a specific cheerleader, then does it become cosplay?
It could be a cosplay. Yeah.
It can't be generic.
Yeah, it can't be like a general cheerleader. But if I dress up as one of the My Hero Academia girls in the cheerleading outfit with the whatnot, where it's clearly obvious, then it becomes cosplay.
Yeah, saying that, I definitely don't want to like, tell people that they're not cosplaying, but I feel like with how popular it's gotten, I think it's just like good to make a distinction because then you get all these like Halloween contests at bars and they're like, we're cosplaying, and I'm like, no, that is low effort.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird to be like, oh, I'm gonna cosplay as a fireman, and it's like that's
That ain't it.
I don't want to gatekeep, but I'm gonna gatekeep a little, just a tad.
Exactly.
Just a little bit. It's kind of necessary. So like, because sometimes there was this moment where it was me and my friend. We were in Anime Expo 2018, I think, and there were a bunch of there was like this girl who like walked up to us and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I love your guys' costume," and we were like, "Oh wow, thank you." But then after that, we were thinking like, aha, like what's really like the difference between a costume and cosplay? And like what you said, Kubi, like there is that difference between just having a costume and then like doing the actual like cosplay. So it's kind of weird. Like we didn't know how to feel exactly. Where it's like we were cosplaying. I think my friend was Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service, and I was Makoto Nijima from Persona 5. So when she said, "Oh, hey, I love your guys' costumes," we were just kind of like, we were like, "Oh wow, compliment! You're so kind," but also like,
Yeah, I feel like in that kind of situation, it's kind of like it's just a generic statement. So then I never like feel bad about it, especially because like some people just don't know, and it's like at a convention, it's kind of like everybody's in cosplay. But if I was like at the this bar crawl, let's say, and like I came up and showed up in like one of my like ridiculous cosplays, and somebody was like, "Hey man, cool costume," I'd be like, "Oh, I guess." Like,
yeah.
I'll just rip my wig off, like take all that effort and put it in the drain.
Okay, and since like how long have you guys been cosplaying?
Like 2 months.
Same.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah!
I never really did it seriously before, and then I was like, hey, this would be pretty funny if I dressed like cosplayed Astolfo. Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, I think. And that's how it started. Yeah.
And people loved it.
Yeah, exactly.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
I'd say I've been like seriously cosplaying for about 4 years, and like seriously to me means like putting in the effort to like get the right makeup, get like really accurate like wigs and costumes. But I'm gonna upload a photo right now. This is me in like 8th grade, which was in like 2007. I'm on the right, obviously, and yeah, we've come a long way.
Yeah. I feel that. I think I've been cosplaying for I'd say 4 years as well, but I rarely go to cons. So I don't usually often like try to practice as much. But yeah, like that's awesome though. Like from your previous like photos that you sent, you really look like you've got so much experience. I
Yeah,
love it.
most definitely. You do awesome. I literally lost like almost 30 pounds to go to just to look like somewhat better than I was for Joseph Joestar. And
I think he got more. I think he got more votes than
Yeah.
Fire did. So that's all. That's all that matters.
that's all that matters, honestly. He was my rival in that whole thing. I was trash talking him in the accountability channel for a few times.
Trash talking him literally everywhere you could.
We love to see it.
I was coming for you, Fire. I know you're listening. What about you, Saltman? You wear cosplay?
I have not. I was never big on dressing up as things. I even found like Halloween to be kind of a chore. But, like school would start ramping up, and then suddenly it's October, and you're like, "Oh shit! Guess I'll figure something out." Though I know people that plan out like months in advance. I've had people ask me, "What are you going to do for Halloween?" I'm like, "Bro, it's still September." The answer is probably nothing, but still.
Same.
Me and Salty went to the same high school, and the people in our high school went hard, actually. Like, I'm not lying. Like, people would dress all up for the Halloween. And I kind of was always lazy. I would just buy a new Halloween mask, and what I would do was it's harder for me to find a costume. I'm a very tall person. I'm 6'3", and I was like 280 then at that point. So it's a little harder for me to find a costume. So my mom made like a Grim Reaper thing out of like burlap.
Aw.
Yeah. And I used to take paper towels and like tape them to my shoulder, so it would be like three-headed. So every year I would just transition one mask over to each shoulder. So the new mask would be the one I'm wearing, and then like 1 year ago, then 2 years ago would be on my left and right, and I would just keep doing that. But they didn't let me wear the masks in like over my face in the hallway, but they didn't care in the classroom. So, and I every year I would dress up as Santa Claus and like Christmas, like the day before Christmas break, and that was pretty fun.
See, I remember I cosplayed in college, like the one Halloween, because I happened to have class, and I was from Miraniki, and I put like blood all over me because I was like, oh, it's Halloween, like it's themed, right? And some kid in the hallway got super concerned, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's Halloween, like nobody dressed up," so I never did it again.
Oh,
Oh, that happens. That's so. The answer these days is, I mean, I'm never okay, but what's different now?
Same.
all right. Yeah. So since what, like 4 years and 2 months of like doing cosplay, and Johnny here also tried it. Like, what was it like for you guys? Like, what's the experience? Because like for me, like what got me really hooked on it was like just the idea of like dressing up as someone, right? And then once I was like, okay, I'll be this said person, or like I think I was Rin, so I was like, fine, I'll try to look as like Rin. I'm gonna get her clothes and stuff, and then once I like just did a cost test where I put it on, like I like something like ignited where I'm like, whoa, just this like shot of adrenaline where I'm like, yo, I look like someone else and I look like her and I love her so much, and it's like, oh, yo, like this is crazy. I'm this other person, and it's like really fun. And after that, like I would try other characters, and then it'd be fun for me to like see myself transform, and that kind of like feeling kind of keeps me going when it comes to cosplay.
Yeah, I love that.
Like I said, I did like I would just with Santa Claus. I would do like St. Patrick's Day. I even did the Easter Bunny a few times, and I did that more to make it gave other people a little bit of joy. When I used to work my old job, I even dressed up for the job, and especially with COVID, everyone was so depressed and was like you couldn't see a holiday. Like everything was out and done, and just to give the people like an opportunity to have a little smile and a little bit of joy, that's what really gave me a little bit more fun. And I had the same feeling with what I did to Joseph Joestar, was I gave you guys a little bit of joy, and I felt really accomplished when because I was working for it a little bit. So yeah, that was my experience. What about you, Major?
I don't know. I feel like I'd like to get into it more seriously in the future. Like for the past couple months, I've been thinking about doing a proper Inosuke for the big convention here, Icon. but it was canceled because of COVID last year and this year. So I haven't really had the chance to actually do that. But
Listen, if you showed up as the breedable Inosuke, I think everyone would love it.
yeah, I mean, give an excuse to show off the gains and
Oh, most definitely, man.
just have some fun. Yeah, I would do that, but it's been canceled here. I went the I've only been to one convention, and it was the winter. They have a smaller 1-day winter convention, and that was February 2020, I think.
Okay.
And then
Oh wow.
after that, I was like, yeah, I'd love to actually do a proper cosplay, but they canceled the summer one last year, and they didn't have one this year either, even the winter one, because the COVID the restrictions in my province they're pretty bad during the summer, both summers, so they just didn't have the conventions.
Yeah. Wait, what state are you in right now?
I'm in Canada. I'm in Manitoba.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm a Canuck.
That's it. That's it. Cut the episode. We cannot have Canadian here.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
But I feel you on that. Conventions shutting down was like a really big pain point for me. Like, I just didn't have like the motivation to like wear costumes because when there's conventions, like that's how I split my year up. Like, I know what month it is by what con is happening next. And when they like when that was gone, like I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of like I didn't cosplay for a long time. And then like I gained weight and like I got super hyped because I ordered this cosplay for Ari from League of Legends and I was like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. I went and took photos. I posted it on r/League of Legends and the first 3 comments I got were, wow, you are too fat for this costume. I was like, whoa. Like, and that killed me because at conventions, like nobody's gonna say that to your face, like because you'll fight them, right?
Welcome to the internet.
So that was brutal.
I think you might.
Rude.
I think you might have picked the worst community for that as well.
I
The
know,
league
right?
community.
It was a huge mistake, and like now if I wear it, I'll look the same, but like for different reasons. But yeah, when I originally got into cosplay, I hadn't gone to any conventions, but I watched like plenty of YouTube because my parents thought cosplay was weird as all hell. But I was watching like YouTube videos, and they made cosplay music videos were a huge thing at the time, and I was like, wow, these people look so cool, and like they looked like real popular at the con. They had like people taking pictures. I was like, oh, that's just too awesome. So I always wanted to like be one of the cool people. And now I'm kind of like past that. I'm just out there trying to have a good time and like I like recreating like just like really epic photos. I'm all about that. But that's definitely where it all started. Like so we got to get cons back and that'll be good motivation for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that here that some of my local cons are confirmed to have their conventions next year. Like Anime Expo said that they'll be returning 2022. So I'm like, yes. Thank you, God. Hopefully, like I don't care if we have to wear masks. Like I just want to get back into it.
Yeah, like it's always such a vibe and like the people watching, there it's just oh, it's so unique. Like you can't experience that anywhere else.
Yeah, and it's so good with like ad conventions. Like even with cosplay, it's like anyone who knows who you're cosplaying as, like anyone can just like strike up a conversation with you. It's really fun. Like there's like that shared rapport.
Exactly that. There's this con Magfest that goes on, and it's right next to another convention called Katsucon. And the people at Magfest always complain about cosplayers, and they're like, "Why are you cosplaying?" And I'm like, "It's such an easy way to like understand who's into like the same stuff you're into." Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna say like anime fans are generally awkward, but like low key, it's really easy to just kind of pick up on that.
Yeah, I gotta weed out the pack. I gotta know who's in the know and who isn't.
Who has good taste?
Who has good
Yeah.
taste? Exactly.
Who is a man of culture and who is not?
Yeah, and even sometimes, like there's some days where I go to some cons and I don't do cosplay, and then once I get there, I kind of feel sad because I'm like, I feel like I just missed out on something.
I haven't gone to a con not in cosplay in like years at this point because it just feels so weird to not wear a costume.
Yeah, it does feel really weird. It's like you can't strike a conversation as much anymore, or like I don't know. There's a bit of a less like interaction.
Yeah, it's just two people talking to one another and like ill conversation instead of having that icebreaker.
Okay. Well, okay. So when Kubi said that she posted her first cosplay in Arcus League of Legends, and then they told her, that reminded me, because like that reminded me so much of like the cosplay community, because it's I'd like to think that a bunch of like cosplayers are nice and like really, awesome and chill and whatever. But then there's also like a big part of the community that's really like uptight about it. So like what are your guys' thoughts on it? Like yeah, like for example, some people think that you shouldn't be in a cosplay if you guys don't have the same body type. So like what are your guys' thoughts on like those kinds of things?
I mean, I haven't really interacted with the whole community basically at all, so I don't really have enough of a sample size to, I don't know, give a like proper opinion on it. But I think if you're doing it, having fun, you're with some friends or something, getting some laughs, getting some people miring, to use some fitness terminology, then it's all good.
Yeah, some cosplayers are vicious, man. But it's like all online. Like they'll never say this to your face. And I think granted, like people at a con, if we just take our general population and let's say your body type it doesn't necessarily fit the character. Yeah, they are gonna say it because that's just like people are inherently like assholes and they'll say
Like
stuff like that.
judgmental, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there you go.
I think it's important to try to like ignore that and like not take people's opinion like to face, which I did, and that was a mistake, and it made me sad for no reason. Like, why should I care about like people think like my thigh is fat? I'm like, okay, like cool, like let's get over that. I think yeah, a lot of people are assholes, and the most important thing is to just kind of ignore them and find a crowd that isn't like that, like a crowd that just likes the same stuff you do and they're chill.
I agree.
I just hope that if I go to the next convention, next icon as an Osuke, I hope I don't get mogged by another guy cosplaying an Osuke, because then I'm gonna have to go home in shame.
I think Inosuke is the official mogging cosplay right now, so
Yeah,
you might have some competition.
yeah. I don't know. Besides an Osuke, I'd do probably back to League of Legends like Set or Yasuo or Silas or something.
Oh, you're just listing all the shirtless champs right now.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Wait, less effort, like less clothing to worry about.
Less clothing, plus
Yeah.
you get to show off the gains. What's the problem?
Exactly.
It's the perfect cosplay.
Listen, my belief in when it comes to cosplay, as long as you're having fun, it doesn't matter what you look like. As we have a command on our server, explanation with Edchan, and it's someone took the time to edit in Ayaka's assets to Eddie Hall. We love Eddie Hall. So it just looks like Eddie Hall cosplay Ayaka. I would be all for it, man.
I mean, honestly, like really, really buff dudes in like tiny schoolgirl cosplays is a thing that's been coming up more and more often at cons, and I think it's absolutely hilarious.
I am all for it.
I'm all for it, bro.
Yeah, and Buff Ash and Buff Misty was such a thing back then as well. You see those photos of like jacked up dudes, but then they're wearing like Misty's outfit. I'm like, wow, okay, all right, guys.
Right. I mean, you know what they say. Sometimes it takes a man to be the best waifu or something like that.
Sometimes it takes a real man to be best girl. I think
There
that's
we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, there we
That's
go.
it. That's it.
Bruh, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. Words went out the window ages ago.
It's only 8:40 here in Central Time.
Oh, look at you.
We're in the future.
Yeah, we're in the future, bro.
Anything cool happen, or is it just the same?
It's kind of dark. It's kind of a dark future.
It's kind of sad, depressing, lonely.
So no change.
Yeah.
No change. No change. Chica's still best girl.
No.
What did you say?
I said no change. Chica's still best girl. So it's going fine.
Okay, good. Yeah.
No, Kaguya, man. We gotta do the right thing.
Nah.
I'm surprised that the one time that I agree with the typical waifu that is Johnny's taste, he's like, nah, I'm gonna be different.
Just gotta change it up.
Yeah, he's gonna change it up, but like only at the times where I actually agree with him.
Wow.
Conveniently.
Totally not a coincidence.
If you want to know my opinions on waifus, check out episode 6 where we try to make Salty have a convention for his over 5,000 waifus rated.
Convention? Jeez.
Intervention?
Intervention.
5,000 people? Where am I gonna fit that many? It's COVID conditions. Come on, bruh.
Yeah, intervention. This did not turn well for me.
Convention. Jeez.
Yeah, Salty will personally come to a convention where you take a picture of your waifu and he'll personally rate it in front of you. If it's trash or a bash.
That's new terminology.
Yeah, that's you, dude.
That's new to me.
I don't think that would be a very good idea, to be honest.
I'll bash you over the head with the horny bat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Imagine like actually having like a convention for the Franny.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry.
yeah. Oh, actually that reminded me. Have you guys heard of yaoi paddles?
Oh man, you are gonna bring me back because I had looked up I forget, I think Nada posted a video in one of the channels and I was like, wait, this video reminds me of like these old Sasunaru videos I used to watch on YouTube, and I went and pulled one up. Dude, those were legendary.
Okay. Yo, it's bro. Conventions were so wild back then.
Let's see, yeah, we've
Lawless land.
Oh
Lawless.
my. Yes. Okay. So a yaoi paddle. It's so okay. Imagine like an oar, right?
Okay.
You know, to paddle for. That's the size of what they sell in most like stands and conventions that has yaoi terminology on it. So it could be the actual word yaoi, or it could be seme or uke. Like they have those terminology that's all about yaoi on that paddle. And if you buy it, then you can do this like prank. It's like, for example, you see two people together, or whether they're in cosplay or not, but they're kind of, you think they're kind of, oh, fruity, maybe. So what you would do if you have that yaoi paddle is like you spank them. You spank this like person who you think is into that or in that, and then
Basically, what Ika is saying is back in like 2007, conventions were places where assault was just like all over
Yeah.
the place.
yeah.
But we didn't say anything about it because it was like part of the con. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I
Times have changed.
Yeah, I wish I could like ask someone who's been there before. Like, what was it like?
I need an adult.
I really like I remember them being there, but I don't think I would be happy if someone hit me with one.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently, I'm not sure if this is legit, but apparently the reason why yaoi paddles were banned was because there was this girl that had one, and she decided she was gonna smack a Tamaki cosplayer, I guess Tamaki
my.
from Boku no Hero.
Yeah.
But she used like a wrong angle on the paddle, and it almost broke his spine and crippled him.
I'm not even surprised.
Yeah, so probably why they banned.
Yeah, I don't think hitting someone with a big wooden oar would be the best idea. Yeah.
Oh my! Oh wow! I thought like
Yeah.
why would they not just make it out of plastic?
I think they were meant to be utilitarian.
Sometimes you need to spank someone. Sometimes you need to row. Sometimes the sweat from all the cosplayers floods the stadium or floods the hall.
Oh my god.
It's yeah.
it's something.
I mean, conventions just in general, at the time of the Yaoi paddle, like we had a lot of 18 and over conventions where it was wilder than like what conventions are now. I think they've really had to tone it down because like they've gotten too popular and people like bring their kids and that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Especially in Anime Expo, like I go over the rules like, as one should when it comes to like cosplaying, like bringing props and stuff. They definitely were like, yeah, like let's keep everything PG and good for them. But also sometimes it makes me uncomfortable because there's a few cons. I think I've only been to Anime Expo like 3 times, but in those 3 times I've noticed there's some cosplayers out there that's like no shame, like very like lewd. And it kind of makes me uncomfortable because I'm like, there's a lot of kids here and a lot of families. It's weird how it's like some of the rules really state that if you're gonna cosplay someone, like you gotta be modest at least until the time where it's like it's the after hours. Like that's their
Yeah.
stipulation. But then sometimes I'm like, ooh, that to be cosplayer right there. That's like, but ma'am, there's kids, and then there's photographers too that are like, just go pose whatever, and then we'll take pictures of you. It's like, it's definitely like odd sometimes.
Yeah, I'm by no means a prude, but there is a time and place for like overly lewd cosplays, and that may very well be may very well be at the 18 plus hour. But like I think during the day, it really is like you should tone it down because like
Yeah.
I'm of the
Yeah.
mindset that cosplay is still such like a weird thing. Like, and your average person might just not understand it, and they might think it's like some fetish thing if you like show up with your harness and like your boobies are out and whatever. And I think just to maintain like some sort of professional level, so that like we get a good reputation. I think leave the lingerie up until later.
Very true. Very true.
Respectable.
But yeah, it sounds about right.
I've never been to a convention. I really want to go to one.
I heard they smell.
They do.
Oh God. Oh. Oh my gosh, it does. Okay, like actually, I think it's my God, 2019. I think 2019 Anime Expo. There's this during the whole like from July 1 to July 4. There's this one tweet,
Twit.
tweet.
I'm the one twit.
This one tweet was like, this person who's like, please remember to put on deodorant. And it got so many notes and like likes and like retweets. And there was a follower where it's like, wow, it's kind of alarming that this had to be, said and like everyone's taking notice of it. But it's true because like, especially it gets really hot in LA. And there was this one time, it was on a Saturday, and usually when it comes to Anime Expo, Saturdays is the most packed out of like all the days. And me and my friend, we went to the vendor area, and my God, the moment we stepped in, like we stepped into this like body odor mist. It's like there's just this full concentrated area where it just stank.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Like, and then we see some people like not even like noticing it, and sometimes we see people who's like actually covering their nose. It's that bad. And then and sometimes it's like even yeah. And one time while we were waiting in line for the convention to actually open. There's this guy with like he has his like own stand on him, and he's just giving out free deodorant. And I was like, wow.
It's so easy to just shower.
Yeah.
It really is.
At Otakon, I was there all 3 days, and on Friday, this guy took a photo with me, and I don't think like something really stood out about him, but I just like remembered like what he was cosplaying because I wasn't sure what it was, and I was gonna try to figure it out later. And the next day, same guy takes a photo with me. I don't realize it, and then I'm thinking about it later. And then Sunday, I see the same guy walking around in the same cosplay, except this time he walks past me and it just like cologne hits me. And I'm like, dude, you've been wearing the same clothes for 3 days. My guy, that is unacceptable. Who does that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Why do they do this?
Yeah. Like hygiene.
At least watch it. At least watch it.
Like I'll wear a cosplay for 4 hours and I'll be like, dang, this thing needs to go in like the wash now. But 3 days.
I can't. Yeah.
No, man, that's nasty.
And this is why I don't go to cons.
Yeah, there's definitely that's definitely the big major negative there.
Yeah, there's definitely negatives like that. Also, like thank God I haven't met anyone, but I have friends who cosplay and they've come across some creeps. So
yeah.
that's another like very unfortunate thing.
Definitely, this is like a word of advice for everyone who's out there. If go with a friend. If you feel like you're going to be bothered, go with a friend who's probably scarier than the person who will probably bother you.
Oh God. Yeah.
Like I'll usually have a handler with me if I'm wearing something like that it's difficult to like feel my surroundings with, but I think for sure like I've gotten like the one time I went to a con alone for a few hours, out of the corner of my eye someone was following me for like a good 5 to 10 minutes before I like saw a friend and I was like, please help me, like and like I know they weren't gonna kidnap me because they're like real small looking, but my God, that's creepy.
Yeah, that is. So glad that you were with someone. But yeah, it's definitely strange. Like there's some even photographers. Apparently there's some people who's like actually in the blacklist because there's been reports of them like taking pictures like yeah, they get consent, but then sometimes like they sneak in uh like a panty picture or like a panty like a view where it's like extremely lewd and it's like my guy stop like don't
They're not even like sneaky about it. Like they'll have you pose on like 3 stairs up and they'll walk down the staircase and like aim the camera up and I'm like, guy, like I know how to use a camera, like that's
You think I was born yesterday?
yeah.
Oh man, people are creeps, bro. I literally Friday. I had a I work at a Dunkin' Donuts, and so we have a majority female staff in my establishment, and a lot of times I work the night shift. So I'll tell them like, hey, if someone's bothering you, I do not care. They will not flirt with me. I don't know why. I'm 6'3" dude. I don't know why they won't. I'm not pretty enough. But yeah, exactly. Apparently,
You're out of their league.
exactly. Sometimes the best waifu is a man. Apparently,
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a man to be best girl.
exactly. No, but this. So I'm in the fridge, grabbing some stuff for the station, the sandwich station, and all of a sudden I hear Johnny, please come to the front. Now they don't ever do that unless there's someone bothering them. I walk in, This dude is smashed, completely drunk, and he was like really heavily flirting with this girl. And I said, "Hey, just go on that side of the store." And he was like, "Can you spare some free munchkins?" I'm like, I just want this guy out. Like I can't. I say, let me talk to my manager. I tell her the person to stay towards the front because I don't trust this guy, but keep towards like the side where he can't get her. Right. I go into the back room, call my manager. She approves me and give me the munchkins, and I personally make sure that I watch him get out. Once he's done, I wait till he gets off the property and go into the back. But people are creeps, and they unless you have someone like scary looking or like a friend that's big, sometimes they will try to take advantage. And like she would have probably gave it to him because fearing her own life. You don't know what this guy was capable of. You know what I mean? Like he's a lot smaller than me, but guy can do damage sometimes, especially when you're drunk.
Sometimes I wonder why all the women on campus are always in groups, and then I get another notification of a sex offense, and I'm like,
Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of funny that you say that. Because like one of my first conventions, I was with my friends, and one of them, he's an army nut basically, and then he dressed up with his like army gear, and I swear I feel like because of him, like not a lot of people wanted to like interact with me just because he was around. And I felt kind of sad. I was like, no. Like, I mean, I guess it did help, but I will be honest and say he did look pretty scary. So, R.I.P.
Did they ask him if it's like let's say you had a person who wanted to take a photo. Did the person wanting the photo ask him if they could take a photo? Because I've had that happen before, where they do not ask me; they ask the person standing next to me.
Oh no.
hello.
Wow. Like not really, but with what happened with my friend was that they would ask me, but then they would look to him. Like,
What the heck?
yeah.
Why
I
do
was
they
like,
do
oh.
those? People are weird.
Oh, they are.
People are quite weird.
No, most definitely. What's next, Ika? What's on the list of the itinerary?
All right. But I think yeah. So other than like the thoughts on like cosplay community and just like the whole experience of like going to conventions and stuff, um, any future cosplay plans for you guys? I know Major said he wanted to be set.
Yeah, like
Every shirtless
uh,
League of Legends fan.
basically, yeah. So Set, maybe. I like Set. I mained him for a while. I think his kit, his abilities in the game are more like just a fighter, like not boxing or anything, just like street fighter type thing. I found that pretty cool, and he's like visually, he fits the like I guess fantasy street fighter, just like huge arms. I don't know if you guys have seen uh his art for him. His splash art it's called. I'll put that in the Discord now, but if you look at his arms, they're just huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, to
I
be
think
that girl.
I
Oh, to
think
be
his
that
like
girl.
his jacket with all the I guess feathers on the back. It's pretty cool. So yeah, set
Is he a
cosplay would be pretty
werewolf?
cool.
Is he a
He's like
werewolf?
so in the lore he's half Vistayan. Vistaya are like I don't know how to explain it. They're like half animal, half human, I guess. So I know Kuvi was talking about Ari earlier, and I'm pretty sure Ari's a Vistayan. She's like the nine-tailed fox. And then Set's like half Vistayan, half human, so he has the like I guess kind of bird ears and feathers and stuff. So yeah, that's what he is. And then I don't know, I've joked with my friends about doing like Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo's this uh just like science experiment type guy. He's like huge, bulging muscles, bulging veins, purple guy. So I joked about that, but I think realistically doing like Yasuo or Set from League because or maybe even Draven because I play a lot of League and so do my friends. So I think if I got a couple of my friends together and we all did a kind of group League of Legends cosplay, that would be pretty cool. And then yeah, also like Inosuke. I really want to do a serious Inosuke one in the future because yeah, I don't know. I really like Inosuke's character. He's one of my favorites. So
Yeah, he's best boy.
it was supposed to be the 20th, I think 20th anniversary of the cosplay convention here in Winnipeg, which is Icon this year, but that got canceled. So I think they're going to be doing a makeup for that next year. So that should be pretty big. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, dude, you'd make a good set.
I mean, I hope it would be good. I don't know.
No, you definitely have the right body for it. You're doing good, man.
What about you, Kubi?
Oh man. So I did prepare a list beforehand, so I'm just gonna go through it. So basically I'm gonna split it into two. One is cosplays that like I already have, but I'm just waiting to wear them, and other ones are like ones I'm actively working on. So the ones that I'd like to wear as soon as possible are KDA, Ari, Spirit Blossom Kindred. I want to rewear Spirit Blossom Ari, like do her better justice. And I have Star Guardian Jinx, and I think those are all League of Legends. So maybe we're gonna cosplay together one day. We'll see.
Is that a default KDA Ari? I mean,
Yeah, the
or
old one.
all
I
out?
don't like All Out. I think it's
What?
ugly.
I had all out on my that like every 3 months they have that shop, the reduced price shop,
Oh, lucky
and
you.
I bought the all out Ari from that one. I like that skin.
Okay. I think it's just not like I looked at it and I thought about it really hard, and it's just something that I think I might look ridiculous in KDA, like the original one. I look a little bit more okay. Like I spend a lot of time putting cosplays in like my shopping cart, and I'll like stare at them and I'll be like, will I actually look comfortable in this? And like if it's a resounding no at the end of the week, I'll bail. But the other ones that are kind of like in progress, Hanji and Mikasa from Attack on Titan. I have a Black Widow, like the superhero Black Widow, the costume from Endgame, and then my most exciting, like the one I'm most excited for, is Panam from Cyberpunk. Just because like she's such a cool character and she made part of the game worth playing at least. But she's kind of a challenge for me because her hair is it's interesting and she's very like racially ambiguous, and since Cyberpunk was produced by a Polish studio and they didn't really give like races to the characters per se, I'm trying to like go about it in the most appropriate way possible. So she's got kind of like dreadlocks. I think I'm gonna switch that over to braids or something, but that's been like a big thinking one for me.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
You also said Spirit Blossom Kindred, right?
Yes.
So I'm looking at that right now in the League client. That looks like it'd be really hard to pull off. There's a
It's
lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, there is a lot. And actually this funny the part of it that I was most interested in figuring out was so Kindred she's kindred spirits with a wolf, and the wolf in the game follows around like a shadow kind of. So, in the cosplay I wanted to incorporate the wolf, and I was like, how the hell am I going to do that? This cosplayer I follow on Instagram actually built one. He's like 8 feet tall and he rolls around on a cart, which I thought was genius, but too much for me to put in my house. So I bought this stuffed scarf that has a wolf head on the end of it. And it like you're supposed to like wear it and hang it off your neck. So I think it'll be passable. But it's actually probably like I tried the cosplay on, and it is the warmest thing I've ever worn. Like it's got so many layers. So putting that aside until winter for sure.
Are you gonna include the bow in that, or?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna 3D print it. So I really should get on that, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, props to like all the lead cosplayers though, because like they're always like intricate. Like there's not one cosplayer I've met who does it that's like everything's so immaculate. I love it.
I mean, that's how they keep you playing the game. With those
Yeah,
new
all the
skins.
skins, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all the skins. Yeah, it's
I
that's
mean,
the rabbit hole.
I'm gonna buy the new Pentakill Kale skin, I think.
It looks sick. I will admit
Yeah.
it.
I also I listened to the actual like so Pentakill is I guess an in-game universe type band, including some of the characters from that, and they made 3 albums for it. And I don't know, I've been listening to that. It's pretty good. I like it. It's well made. So I don't know. I've also been grinding out some Kale mid recently in ranked, so
Would you ever consider cosplaying as Viego?
Viego,
Yeah.
I mean maybe. Probably not with the giant 7-foot sword, but
The 7-foot sword is important, my friend.
7-foot
I
sword
guess
adds like so
the
much.
sword would be probably pretty integral to it, but I don't know. Also, I think his floating crown thing might be a little bit hard to pull off.
I want to. I really want to do Frankie from One Piece, and when I want to do like his mechanical arms really well. When I was in high school, my first year of high school, I actually started working on a mechanical hand to like at a wood shop, and I actually have it right now. You can see it in like the group chat. Like I'm sharing it right now. Whatever my hand does, it'll follow. Yeah, I finished in my senior year because I only had like my one semester of woodshop, and I made sure my last
Oh, wow.
semester. Yeah,
That's
so
awesome. Dang.
everything my hand does, it follows. So I can do the main thing, give it a thumbs up. But I want to do that with Frankie's arms. I want to do like both arms do that. Like have like the similar situation, but I gotta figure out how to build that. Also, this thing is very tight because when I was my last year of high school, I was not as strong grip wise, so I am now. No, I built that and I was so excited because I got really into steampunk my first year of high school, and I didn't really build anything other than that. But my sister was dating this guy, and he was really into it. And he was showing me all this stuff. I was like, "Yo, this is so cool!" And I decided to like go and try to make a marionette hand like this, and I went into the scrap wood section because they didn't want me to use a lot of chestnut unless it was all scrap. I like the chestnut wood better because I didn't like to stain anything, and I had to keep going looking for like thin, long pieces to cut to make into like the fingers. I had to keep making holes and everything. It's really a fun time. I want to do that, but I don't know if I should do that with the wood or not for the Frankie one. Probably maybe like a cardboard to make it a little more lightweight when if I want to do that. But I'll have to see. That's gonna be something I really want to check out though down the line.
Would be sick.
After you get a computer.
Yes. For those who don't understand why my audio has been so bad the last 2 episodes, including this one, the day my dog had passed, my laptop caught fire, and I've had nothing but bad luck since. And I need to save up money right now to buy a good laptop because I tried to Frankenstein a computer together yesterday, the day before. I was out in Call of Ica, and it was not even close to bearable.
It was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get more hours in my job. Hopefully they said the manager doesn't want to work too much. I understand that. But I kind of need the money. So I'm trying to get as much out as possible to get that. So yes, if you do not know why my audio has been so bad, that is why.
So if you want to do a generous donation, you can sub to his OnlyFans. You did set up the OnlyFans, right?
Ika, what's left on the itinerary?
Yeah, so now that we've talked about, future cosplays here and there, like what could we impart if you have any tips for anyone who's like who wants to get into it or just starting or like who's already into it, like any tips for anyone?
I got this. Ready for it? Ready for it? Go support the manga Dress Up Darling. It is so good. It helps you with so many tips and goes into like detail and stuff. Highly recommend it. Extremely well. Good manga. I heard it's becoming anime. Hopefully it does. That's my tip.
What is it called?
Dress Up My Dress Up Darling.
I think I saw that when I was in the bookstore the other day.
Yeah, I bought the first volume of it, and I'm gonna buy. I already read all of it online. I want to like actually buy it though. I really like it.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out sometime soon. I haven't been. I don't know. I've been in this like weird phase where I'm like not too into checking new things out recently. I'm just sticking to like what I'm watching or playing. But soon I guess.
What about you, QV?
Okay. So I would say one, picking the character, dedicate a lot of time to that because you want to make sure it's something that you like do enjoy because cosplay, while like we do talk about it and we're like, oh, it's like fun activity, it can get really expensive. So the degree to which you want to commit, that's something you need to think about. Um and there'll be characters that like you do get super excited to wear and like you put the actual costume on. You're like, oh, I don't actually like the way I look in this, and that's okay. Because you can resell it, but like definitely just like kind of understand what you're getting into. And finding like the right website to buy or craft your cosplay. There's no shame in buying. I know in the United States, there's this big culture of like you need to craft your cosplay and you need to grow the cotton yourself to sew it. There are people out there who are extremely talented and really, really amazing at crafting and super mad respect to them. But I am not one of those people. And the amount of time I've spent trying to craft cosplays, it just doesn't make sense. Like financially, also, it's a lot cheaper to just buy them sometimes. So if you do get into it, make sure to do your research on what websites are good, and reach out to other cosplayers. We're always wanting to like help people out because it's just a fun hobby to get more people involved in. So yeah.
Marshall, what about you?
I don't know. I haven't been really big into it yet. I haven't done anything super serious. So I don't know. Probably just big ones is know what you're getting into. So don't try and like if it's your first time, probably don't get into like something something that'll be super hard to do or super expensive to do. Like I don't know, for an example, like I guess Ari from League would be pretty hard with all the if you want to do all the tails and stuff. So probably just make the first couple like simple characters you like, characters you enjoy, because yeah, don't if you do something that you think would be cool, but you don't really know too much about the character or something, I don't know. That probably wouldn't work out too well.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
And also I just realized that I actually lied when I said this was my first. I just remembered that I did Assassin's Creed Ezio Auditore from Brother. I think I did Assassin's Creed Brotherhood one in like what was that? Probably grade 6 or 7. I actually went pretty all out on that one, and I just remembered that I did that. So, uh, yeah, I don't know. It was, or was it? I think it might have been Assassin's Creed 2 version of Ezio because I used to be pretty big into all the Assassin's Creed games. So Yeah, that was pretty fun. I got like the I remember they made I think it was Hasbro that made, I'm not sure, the actual hidden blade, like a replica of them. I know they did it for I think they did Brotherhood. I think they did the Tomahawk for Assassin's Creed 3, and I know they did a Black Flag and Unity hidden blades as well. I remember that. That was pretty cool.
You know what? I'm gonna toss one more tip in, just because this is a personal pet peeve of mine. If you're gonna cosplay something that you know absolutely nothing about, and you're just cosplaying it because the design is cool, at least try to make some effort to understand the character, because that drives me insane.
What was your experience like?
I don't know. There's like a lot of people who cosplay like the KDA stuff because it did recently get like very very popular, but they don't play League at all. So like I'll start talking to them about League and I'll be like, yeah, like it's such a trash game, like it's so horrible. And they're like, oh, sorry, I know nothing about it. I'm like, what? Like,
Bro, at least like lie your way through the conversation.
See, when you don't know anything about it, you just say yes or no. Yeah, I agree.
because it like goes back to that. Like if I see you in a cosplay from a series, like I feel like we're comrades. Like we both are into the same series, and then you've betrayed me so horribly.
That's when you get. That's when you get That's when you get the pitchforks and torches and start running them out of town.
I thought you were gonna say that's when you pull out the yaoi paddle. No.
You know what? Let's just get the alley paddles ready.
Oh yeah, and one thing I also could say, since I cosplay from time to time, is that for anyone starting out or like already into it, like don't be too hard on yourselves like when it comes to like the finished product, because like um sometimes, especially when I was starting out, I tend to be really hard on myself because like once I'm in it and once I walk around like and I see the photos of myself or like I see myself in the mirror and I'm like, "Oh god, like it could have been better," or it's like I should have had this like one detail like planned out here, or it's like other people like there's some other cosplayers out here who did way better than me, so it's like don't do that. I know it's pretty hard to like not compare yourself or not to criticize yourself, but like just have that mindset of like, well, this is my first time or this is like my second or third time, who knows, like I'll always be improving. Now that you see what you could have fixed better, or what you could have added, or like what you missed out, it's already good that you have that eye. So now in the future you can just like work towards fulfilling that things that you didn't feel good with.
But
Yeah, that's all.
actually, keep that mindset for everything because, like,
True.
when you go to a con, you're gonna recognize like people, say cosplayers from Instagram, like popular ones, and they don't look like the pictures they post online because online everything is
Yeah.
filtered, everything is photoshopped. Like, never ever use that as like the landmark for what you want your cosplay to look like because that's just not possible.
Very true, very true.
For me, when I was doing Joseph Joestar, me losing like the 30 pounds was a big factor because I'm very I had like a lot of body dysphoria for it because like I am overweight and I've been trying to get in better shape, especially like I want to get down to like start powerlifting and do competitions. But like I felt so ashamed of like being 330 and doing Joseph Joestar. I had like no anything, and so I was like, I felt a lot better about myself when I started losing the weight anyway. But I don't know. There's something in my head like when I took the pictures, like I felt like I was like I don't know. Like I guess it was like still felt like yeah you didn't do like you didn't get to that like 275. Like I don't know why. I just said like dysphoria for that one for me. I don't know.
Well,
It was
you
in my
look
head.
great.
Thank you.
It's the thought that counts.
It's your own opinion that's always going to be the harshest.
Yeah, you're always gonna be the harshest on yourself. I've learned that through life.
But yeah, that's it.
I'm disappointed Joseph doesn't have a canonical height and weight that I can find.
You can make it whatever you want.
No, Joseph has a height, 190 centimeters.
Does he? Why does Wikipedia not have that? Oh, look at that. And 97 kilograms. Okay, he does. We do have it.
No, they Smokey said it in this part too, like literally the first episode.
Yeah, I see that. I see there's also reference to the manga. The mangoos.
Wait, am I his height? I actually don't know this. 190 centimeters.
I'm his height, 6'5".
Whoa.
Dang, I'm short.
You're 6'5"?
Dang.
Relatively.
Yep.
Now you're making me feel like real short over here. Only 6 foot.
Short king.
Bro, I'm 6'3".
I'm slightly lighter than him though. He's 213 pounds.
Before we go, I just want to say a quick announcement. September 1st is actually our birthday of the server.
Woo!
Yeah.
Wow.
We are exactly over 2 years old now. this server.
2 years. Whoa.
Yeah. The server is 2 years old. It's been through a lot, and honestly, hopefully we can get this thing growing some more. Join the Discord fam, and before just to be part of this experience. It's great people. Everyone.
This movement.
This movement, yes. Everyone here is on the podcast. Is on the Discord. You guys can interact with us. We're one of the honestly one of the nicest people you ever talk to. I always have a good time, especially like in the mornings when I wake up. I just start messaging people, and there's always people online just like cheer up my day and get me ready for the day. QV and Major. Do you guys have any like social medias you want to link down below?
Yeah, sure. Instagram bcl.lifting.
bcl.lifting. Check him out. He's awesome. QV?
At Kuvi.
At QV. Also Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Check them out. They're awesome. QV's a house player, and Major is also a lifter. These are great guys. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that's our show, folks. Join the Discord down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this. We'll see you guys next month. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.